Koko,
Sandy?
5 minutes. We've already started.
Yes.
5 seconds already. Okay.
Conversation.
Conversation. The single most important thing in any relationship, be it personal, work, you and the kids, you and the mailman, you and people you don't like, people you like, people you don't ever talk to.
Co-hosts.
Co-hosts. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives.
Anybody you interact with.
Exactly. And good conversation, okay? Real conversation. I work for a guy who, first of all,
We only have 5 minutes. Keep that in mind.
you know, I'm going to cut a little chunk out. Bottom line, what I want to say is I learned to tell the truth a long time ago. I worked for a guy who had this web of lies that he put out there. And the problem with that is that people would come to me to find out what the truth was. And I've just come to the conclusion, I am just way too lazy to lie. Because if I lie, that means I got to remember what I told you and remember what I told you and remember what I told you over there. And then if you ever talk, then I'm screwed. And if I tell you the truth, it's easy because I just the same story. Now, granted, I admit if I'm wrong. I'm, once again, one of the few people who do. But I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I learn. I'm a knowledge junkie, so every day I need to learn new stuff. So sometimes what is the truth will change because, oh, I didn't know that. I was going under some bad information, so I changed my opinion. And I've been a Republican, a Democrat. I've been, you name it, I've been it. And the whole thing is and it's just partially growing, partially communication, partially a lot of other things. But in a relationship, you have to talk to the other person all the time. And even if it's small talk, I mean, ideally you want to talk about important stuff. I mean, I've seen too many relationships where it's all about the weather and things like that, or the kids. And, in couples, when they have children, even if they're stepchildren, doesn't matter, everything seems to wind up being about the kids. And they lose track of each other. And you gotta make time. In fact, when that Friday night I was talking to that guy, we were talking about that very point. You gotta make time to communicate with the person you're in the relationship with and push all the stuff out of the way and just have a communication, have private time, and that may only be 15 minutes, but 15 minutes, you start with 5 minutes of quality conversation time a day. Just 5 minutes, if you can do that.
Absolutely, because if you don't, the other person's going to wonder, or they're going to worry, they're going to create a problem that wasn't there to begin with. And if you don't talk to each other, you're missing out, for one, just on the interaction with that person that you're supposed to be in love with. And for two, that's your time just to have, like Koko said, it's connection time. And it's so detrimental. You have to have that in a relationship, in any relationship.
And the other thing is I'll post underneath this. I did a video called Imagination. People as you get older, people lose their imagination. They have no imagination anymore, except to worry or think of bad things. So, if a husband or wife, one or the other, is thinking, well, he never talks to me anymore, or she never talks to me anymore, or this never happens, or that never happens, or we don't do this anymore, suddenly it's like, oh, wait a minute, maybe he's having an affair, maybe she's having an affair, maybe, and it's like you use your imagination to think of the worst possible scenarios rather than just say, we don't talk anymore. And it's like, and the other person, if you said to your, whoever you're in a relationship with and it's been a while and you really don't have good communication because you've got all the other stuff, you've got soccer and hockey and all the other nonsense. And if you say, hey, we don't talk anymore, the other person will say, you're right. So like I said, start with 5 minutes a day, just 5 minutes, just the two of you. Then build it to 10, build it to 15, build it to 20, and you'll find that the other person you like got involved with for a good reason, they're like interesting.
They're still there.
And they've probably, like I always keep doing the growing over here, but you're doing nothing here but being flaccid. But over here, everybody's growing. So you come together and you say, oh, wow,
yeah, keep your tree over there.
gee, you've got like 2 or 3 degrees now? Oh, wow, well, like when did that happen? All right, so nothing.
No.
Have a great one. We're at our 5 minutes. Koko,
Sandy.
out.